Hey, it's Chris Sinzak from the Decibel Geek Podcast, and you are digging deep with the InObscuria guys.
InObscuria!
Welcome back, my friends, to the InObscuria podcast, a podcast where we exhume obscure rock and punk and metal, and we put them in one of three categories: the lost, the forgotten, or the should-have-beens. I am Kevin, and I'm coming to you live from a recording we did a week ago, and that over there, the timely Robert Harrison.
Live from a week ago. I like that.
What's up, man?
We're recording live. We're alive.
We're live.
Very much so. You wearing shorts in February. Look at you.
I know, unless this is the Matrix.
Damn Yankees.
I'm not a well, I am from South Carolina.
You're from up north. Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody north of Birmingham to me is a Yankee.
I'm drinking mushroom brew. You ever had mushroom coffee?
Are you able to drive home after that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's supposed to help my gut.
Yeah, I don't need any help there.
No?
It's good. Yeah.
I need gut help.
I'm very on time every time. No problems there. Is this like old man problems?
No. This is just supposed to help your digestion overall. And
okay.
Help you streamline your look a little bit.
Is it like a cleansing? That's some hippie bullshit right there.
I don't know. I've been drinking it for months now, so haven't really noticed any change.
Well, you got that tick where
I don't drink coffee anymore. I drink mushroom brew.
Mushroom tea or mushroom coffee?
No,
it's just mushroom drink.
They call it mushroom coffee, but really it's just a bunch of different mushrooms that they've combined to sort of appeal to your senses of this might be coffee.
I don't even want to know what it tastes like.
A little bit like dirt and mushrooms.
It's like a dirty yoo-hoo.
It's
chocolate yoo-hoo.
Yes. Well, there's no chocolate. If you were to go outside and put a nice scoop of dirt in here and add a few mushrooms, that's about what it tastes like.
Okay.
Would you like some?
Did your wife talk you into this? Is this
no?
Your
This
wife?
is all me.
This is not like you. You've expanded your normal routine. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm an old guy now. I got to watch out.
I just drink coffee. A little bit of almond milk. That's exotic as I get.
Well, people come here for coffee talk.
Coffee talk.
Coffee talk. And that's what we're giving them. What's going on with you this week?
We've got, let's see, this Sunday I've got flamenco and paella, which I've learned how to say paella.
And those two go together very well.
Yes, we've been doing this for almost 10 years and sold it out every time. And it's the day after Valentine's Day, which, like I said, this
is it always that same day?
Usually.
That's what I thought.
A nice romantic evening.
Mm-hmm.
And so I get to eat a lot of paella over the next few days because I usually get leftovers, whatever's left over. And then I've got Valentine's night. I'm cooking dinner for some friends because none of us wanted to go out to restaurants on Valentine's evening because it's a ripoff, as you know.
And it's easier to go straight to the orgy afterwards.
Exactly. When everybody's in the same room, you just bring all the pillows downstairs, make a pillow fort.
Yes. Put everything off the table. And
the coffee, you know how it is. The coffee table moves and then the mattress goes right there between the couches. So you have your viewing area.
Oh, yeah. What's that thing called when it comes out on the wall?
The Murphy bed. It looks like a bookcase.
Yeah, the Murphy bed.
Over off the side.
Oh, you need to develop that. You need to work on that.
That's out there. You can buy those from Amazon.
No, but a special firehouse version.
Right. Who knows? I may
Murphy
have
waterbed.
I may have one and just don't want to talk about it.
Right. Murphy waterbed.
Did you ever waterbed?
No, I never had one. I remember all my friends had them growing up, and of course I asked for it, and of course the answer was hell no.
Why?
You were not getting a waterbed.
What was the objection?
My parents did not want to deal with a leak.
Okay.
Our rooms were upstairs. They did not want to. My room was above the kitchen.
Yeah.
They were not going to deal with that. And plus, they had a perfectly good bed that was my grandmother's from 1940 that I could use.
Yeah, as long as there's emotional attachment in the Southern culture, you can't get rid of anything.
Oh, no.
If your grandmother touched it, picked it up, and set it back down.
I slept on a mattress from like 1955. Lord. It couldn't have been good for me. But you know what? It was in the family. This is a good mattress, Kevin.
I got mine. I saved up for it. I was in high school. I got it. And they showed up on a Saturday to install it. And it was the same Saturday that we had to go deep sea fishing. And I got it. It was it was pretty rough. And I got sick all day. And they don't bring you back. Once you're out on the big boats, you're out until they decide to come back in. So I just suffered and suffered. And I come home to my brand new waterbed.
Just throw up overboard.
Yeah, well, I did until there's nothing left to throw up. And then you're just dry heaving for about 5 hours. It's
You're feeding the
miserable.
fish.
It is miserable.
Oh, yeah. I watched people do it before.
Florida man here can't handle more than 6 foot swells out in the Gulf. But yeah, I get home. There's my brand new waterbed.
Oh, bet that was nice.
I laid down for 5 seconds. It was like, nope. It came right. And I spent the first night on the floor next to my brand new waterbed.
And how long did you have that waterbed until something happened?
I had it through college.
They're heavy as hell, right?
Yeah, well, no, once you drain them.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
But I mean, once you put the water in, those things are heavy.
They're pretty heavy. But I had it through college into my first 2 jobs. Like I was in Hilton Head. So this is like 94.
I can't believe
so
that.
from 87 to 94, I had that thing.
No leaks.
No leaks. Not a single one. There wasn't a lot of action on it back then.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really testing
Not too
the
much
limits.
motion in the ocean?
Not in college. No, God, I wish. But no, I was pretty damn awkward. So anyway, yeah, I finally, when I left Hilton Head, I just left it next to a dumpster. I was like, it's time. I got to grow up.
That's amazing. I cannot believe that lasted that long.
It did. I got my money's worth out of it.
I want to say the mid-90s, they just phased it out.
And that
was not a thing anymore.
I just had that feeling. Nobody told me, hey, that's out of style. But I just had that feeling like.
But man, the late 70s, early 80s, everybody had a waterbed.
God, it was in the wintertime, it would heat your entire room. Because
It had a heater in it.
It would heat the water, and then radiant heat would heat. You walk in the room, and it was 10 degrees warmer.
I never found them to be comfortable. They always felt really hard to me.
You don't fill them to the brim.
Well, the ones that I was on, I didn't own.
Oh, okay. You were just
But they were just way too hard.
Well, they had the ones with baffles in them to keep you
That's baffling.
Yeah, it's baffling. So that's how my dad would wake me up Saturday mornings when I was supposed to be. He'd just put his foot on the corner and just slosh it really good. Stop! So yeah, that was my experience with that. So yeah,
well, nice.
Yeah, now we've gone from coffee to waterbeds.
How the hell did we get on waterbeds? I don't even remember.
I don't know. That's a good show. Let's just end it at that.
All right.
Let's end on a high note.
I think we're good.
Yeah,
we've covered it all.
Right, next,
what do we do? Music? I don't know.
Something
about that.
Songs.
All right.
Stuff people don't listen to.
Anything else? Any other news for the folks?
Oh well, you have not eaten in a while.
Oh well, you got a button you need.
I
me
brought
to push.
the whole cookie jar with you.
Hold on. I got to push a button. I can't just take that from your hands.
You're wasting away to nothing with this mushroom crap. I like mushroom tea, but it's the other one.
All right. Yeah.
Your choice. There's 2 different ones. So
That's right, Munchketeers. It's time to get your grub on with the chef that can get it to your funky style.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Roberts. God not eaten. That's right now. Roberts. God not eaten.
All right. This looks familiar. This looks like something I might have had more recently, yes?
No, you had different versions.
I had a different version. Okay.
Food. It's just a different combination of same ingredients, basically.
But is a banana cookie, I take it?
It's got banana in it. The chocolate one has banana.
Okay.
The pecan one does not. It's just pecans and peanut butter.
I'm going to try that one because I don't think I've tried it before.
So it's a little crumbly, but the flavor is really good.
Because
it's just
so the people know what I have here. It's a brown cookie with a pecan on top. Now, some people may say pecans.
Don't even start that.
Some people may say that, but they'd be wrong.
People that aren't from the South that want to sound like they're Southern say pecan because they think that's how we say it, and they're completely wrong.
A pecan. It's so French.
It's pecan.
I don't want to talk to you no more, you empty-headed animal food trough whopper. I fart in your general direction. Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelt of elderberries. Now go away, or I shall taunt you a second time.
And yeah, you can drag out the pecan. Isn't that a good flavor?
That was good.
Those are really. I got to make those again. But yeah, it's just basically ground up pecans, some peanut butter, maybe a tablespoon of maple syrup to kind of hold it together.
I assume you want one?
So yeah, That's a new invention.
I like it.
This is a tasty
Pecan. It seems simple, but man, it's good.
Yeah, real simple. Next time it's going to get some rum.
No,
Don't you think that would go well with it?
I think you just serve the rum. You serve the cookie and then you have a shot of rum.
Yeah, a rum back, like a pickleback.
I like it.
Do a shot of cookie, a shot of rum.
All right. Well, he went away, so
Yeah, he's going to miss it.
he is not getting it.
Nope. He is Ronnie James DOG.
Sitting there and you were all quiet. What are you doing?
Ronnie James DOG.
Who, no idea where he is.
You want to tell the people what he was doing earlier? Because I'm actually surprised that we're not hearing a bunch of clanging and clamoring right
Yeah,
now.
so I had takeout from a Mexican restaurant down the street, a new one, and they give it to you in those little pie plate looking things. And so I was upstairs and I dropped it on the floor and said, here you go. You can, finish it off for me. And he brings it down to the studio and starts licking it and tearing it up right here next to us right before we started. So I think he went upstairs to get a drink of water or something.
So if we're not doing heavy metal today, it's just not going to
No.
be appropriate because you might hear some metal being ripped.
I anticipate having to take that away from him in a minute.
So, yeah, there's a little foreshadowing for you. All right. Oh, my God, that was yum, man. I needed that. I have not had lunch. We are doing this at an odd time during the day right now.
Yeah, the sun's up, so that's odd.
We are not appropriate vampires. No.
But this is not Gothtober, so it doesn't matter.
That's a good point. Good point. All right. Well, if you were inappropriately doing a podcast in the middle of the day, you should also go listen to Pot of Thunder, Cobras and Fire, Growing Up Rock, Slamfest Podcast, Decibel Geek, Sean Geek and Fast Fret Podcast, A to Z Radio, Metal Up Your Podcast, The Hustle, Disciples of the Watch, Podcast Rock City, State of Amorica, Rock Strikes 10, Hotter Than Hell, The Kiss Room, Ages of Rock, and The Podcast Will Rock, Big Al's Rockin' Podcast, and Dune. Forget about Monty.
Hey, this is Monty Colvin from Galactic Cowboys and Monty's Rockcast, and you are listening to the amazing InObscuria podcast. Rock on.
Do it live. They say let's leave
Monty's Rockcast. Come visit us in Obscuria.com. Like us, share us, Facebook, X, Instagram. Do you know we forgot that whole segment last week?
No, because I haven't listened to the podcast yet. But now I do, and now everybody
Yes,
does.
We completely forgot that segment, but I know I had fired the automated staff
Yeah,
after
that was
the
the
show.
AI one.
But I actually invited them back to deliver that bit because
Did you
we
like
forgot.
splice it in?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. I had them put it in, and then I fired them again.
This AI bullshit.
So we're not doing no more AI after last week. That was a complete catastrophe.
If you've lost your job to AI, call this number.
Call this AI agent.
Yeah, I'm starting to take a collection of friends who have gotten laid. And Andrea.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
other people.
Yep.
Yep, it's happening.
She's gone.
It's happening with people. They don't need people anymore.
Nope, no more.
No,
And we're gonna you.
the bots.
This could be AI generated, and you don't know it. It's so good. Last
be.
week was just a distraction to throw you off. This week is the real AI generated
If
podcast.
this is AI generated, I have no hope for where it's going.
No. We got a year. A good year. That's my prediction.
Okay, well, good.
It's just going to hit the fan.
We got a whole year there.
Yeah.
We're old anyway. They don't need us
Find it out.
anymore.
It's like-
Nobody needs us.
If they'd pushed it back about 10 more years, it would have been perfect. Because, you and I both would have been like, we don't care.
We don't care. We're done. Oh, here he
There
is.
Yes.
Yes, Ronnie James DOG is now. He knows that I had a cookie.
Yes. He's not happy about that.
He knows that I ate something because he's all
There's
around my
supposed to be a plate on the floor for him.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
Bastard.
You dick!
All right, so let's get into this. A couple of weeks ago, we did an episode dedicated to Ed Guy.
Ed Guy, that
You
got a
remember
good
that?
response. Yeah, a
It did.
lot of fans out there.
People like Ed Guy. Now, one of the things, if you listen to that, one of the things that you and I kept saying was that they were power metal, but they had a lot of Maiden and Halloween influences in their music that we could tell. And several times throughout the episode, both of us, made references to Iron Maiden as a contemporary power metal band.
Oh, you did not say that?
And that would make sense for where Iron Maiden is now. But unfortunately, I've been haunted since making those statements. In the middle of the night, I'm woken up and haunted by the ghost of InObscuria past. And I was reminded that while we may think of Maiden as a power metal band, perhaps an influencer or a contemporary, that is not where they came from. And we have covered this, so we must go back to their beginnings. That's why this is episode 322, Excavation, New Wave of British Heavy Metal, Part 5.
It's a lot.
Getting back into the NWOBM. So the first time we did this was way back in episode 12, January of 2020, before the pandemic.
That's before COVID, yeah. because we're right at about a month away from when it hit.
That's right. Well, yeah, I guess it was
Mid-March.
March. Yeah, you're right.
Mid-ish March.
I think March 20th.
It depends on what you say hit, but still, when the shutdown, the big shutdown.
Well, I don't know if
Thursday. I'm pretty sure it was
a Thursday.
Yeah, seriously.
62 degrees outside.
It was about 58.
Well, I don't know if you remember, but we had an episode before the shutdown. We had an episode where we played our own music, and we were making fun of the fact that, this thing's out there is going to kill us all.
Uh-oh.
What dicks.
That did not age well, did it?
No. I would go listen to that episode.
Because before that, we were sick. We complained about being sick.
Right.
Which turned out it was COVID.
And we didn't draw any...
No, neither one of us.
We could not see that, this might be tied to what's happening over in China. No.
It could be. It's over in China.
That doesn't make any sense.
Across the sea. It's a different world. No.
No, let's make fun of people dying of something. Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
Anyway, that's not where we started. This came out in 2020, the first one we did.
Yeah.
And then part 2 we did in 2022, part 3 in 2023, and part 4 we had the chairman on. That was April of 24. So it's been a while since we've done this.
Time, yeah.
It is time. So before we get into it, before we have you give the people a whole rundown on what NWOBM is,
yes,
I need to ask the Ministry of Diabolica how they feel about this. So let's find out.
I am Captain
Anton.
And this is my faithful companion,
Mighty K.
Say hello.
This is a prepaid call from
Mighty K.
an inmate at the county correctional facility. All phone calls are subject to recording and monitoring. To decline this call, press 9 now, and to accept this call, press 1 now.
9.
Thank you.
9.
Your call has been accepted.
Damn it.
Yeah, I'm in jail, being mistreated, but at least I get conjugal visits from Daryl. The person I hit survived. It was merely a bump. I'm in jail right now. I actually lied. I'm not trying to work. Daryl's here visiting me in prison. Yeah, Daryl's got connections, so the conjugal visits are on, like Donkey Kong. A light tappage, if you will. Oh no. A woman's gotta.
TMI.
A woman's gotta. You just gotta be specific. No leaving the interpretation open. What a ding-dong. But seriously, you guys are always, and the family's always welcome up here for a visit. So just keep that in mind.
Wait. Hang on. What? So number one, are the conjugal visits for her or for the other inmates? he's just making visits for the weekend.
I've never seen somebody so happy to be in a correctional
jail.
facility.
Finally, she's getting some. And then she says, "We're family. Come on up for a visit." But no. That's been illegal for quite some time now.
We're going to stay here.
We'll stay right here.
You enjoy your time in prison.
We'll send you a postcard.
Yeah.
I'll send you some baked goods.
I mean, yes, she apparently hit somebody on a couple episodes ago, and I guess it caught up to her.
And she referred to getting a light tap. No guy wants to have that kind of a visit referred to as a light tap. That's not a compliment.
Wow. She didn't say a thing about the episode.
No, she's very preoccupied up there. I guess she can't get podcast in prison. Do they not have internet?
Maybe not.
It must be a max security. She must be in the pen.
I'm not sure, but at least she called in.
Not the club fed, like a lot of people get sentenced to. We had one of those in our town.
Oh, yeah.
In Fort Walton Beach. Yep. We had the club fed. It was a minimum security federal prison on the Air Force base. The prison was waterfront.
Oh, yes.
I'm not kidding. Yeah. It was waterfront
White-collar crime.
White-collar crime. It's like beautiful resort setting. Yep. You just had to stay there. You couldn't just leave. That was the only downside.
You can walk away as long as you come back.
They'll bring you back. But they had volleyball. I think they had tennis. What the hell? But that
maybe that's where she is.
The white-collar dudes went.
I don't know.
She might get...
I don't know. But we're just going to move forward. How about that? We'll just move forward. So why don't you tell the people, Robert, all about NWOBM, as much as you remember.
Yeah, so it stands for New Wave of British Heavy Metal.
You got it.
Did I get that right?
You got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was not the first wave, but it was the new wave.
The new wave.
Yeah,
yes.
That's why we call it new. And it was a wave because it all kind of came at the same time. And it was a wave of British heavy metal. And it just happened to be coincidentally the same acronym. as NWOBM.
Oh.
And they're like, we're going to call it that.
Awesome.
And that was it.
All right.
Here endeth the lesson.
Okay, well, that was very...
Like Iron Maiden.
Yes.
And Judas Priest.
Well, there you go.
And dozens of others that it's just, we don't have time to name them all.
Okay, we don't have time. But we've
talked
told
about
the
them.
people about it before.
Go
They
back
don't
to
really need to
episode
know.
12 and 11.
Yeah, so came out of the late 70s. It was kind of heavy metal's answer to the punk thing that was going on in England. And you had all these bands, all of a sudden these young guys who were taking a little bit of that punk attitude and applying it to the metal world and really progressing what became known as heavy metal.
Right. I mean, punk came about because it was a response to
dinosaur rock.
Over-bloated, in their terms, dinosaur rock, arena rock. And so then you got the minimalist punk. And then power metal and NWOBM and all that was kind of a response to the minimalist. It was maximalist, once again.
Right.
And so we just kind of go back and forth.
Yeah, we like to do that. But it was also, it doesn't have a singular sound. I don't think we've really talked about that before, but it's not like you hear a band and go, that's NWOBM. It was more of this was a movement, a point in time, and it sort of ushered in what generically became known as heavy metal. So the look of the leather and the studs, the denim, the leather, all of that, as well as the long hair and sort of the onstage motions of the guitars, playing with each other and the dual leads and the harmonies and all that stuff. It all came out of this, but it's not a singular sound.
Well, no, heavy metal can be analogous to soda. So heavy metal, soda, well, what flavor of soda? So then you get these all different convergent flavors that mix together. You just get a different variety each time. But heavy metal's too far to just say it's one category.
Right. Now, top tier bands, you said Maiden and Priest for sure. Some people wouldn't put Priest in it because they said they came before as well as Motorhead. But
that period, they were...
I disagree.
They were NWOBM
Completely
during
disagree.
that period, yes.
Yeah, I think any band that was at a B or C level that's considered NWOBM, they were influenced by Priest and Motorhead.
And Scorpions, too. They were around before all that.
Exactly.
They changed their sound. So they...
Not British. Not British, that's the main thing.
But as far as the heavy metal sound.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. This was where, to me, proto-metal now became metal.
Yes.
So you no longer have proto-metal that we call it today.
They'd figured it out.
Now, back then, they just called everything heavy metal. They didn't know.
They called Steppenwolf.
Exactly. Steppenwolf said it, therefore they must be it.
Exactly.
Other bands, other than Priest and Motorhead and Maiden, you had Saxon, Def Leppard, Diamond Head, Venom, a whole bunch. We've gone over a lot of them. We're going to hit some more today. And the reason I wanted to bring up that it's not a particular sound is because you're going to hear a varied sound today versus just one particular thing. So let's go into it. Let's start with a London band originally called Defender. That's a good metal name. Now, the name they go with, I'm not sure, but this band features vocalist Paul Mario Day. Remember him?
No.
Okay. Most people don't. But he had sung in an early incarnation of Iron Maiden when he was just 16 years old.
Oh, because this is before the other Paul.
Mm-hmm. Before Diano. Yep. Yeah, and there's also a guitarist in this band named Paul Todd. He was also in Maiden. Now, he was only in Maiden for 2 days. But they have ties to Iron Maiden, so it's in their bio.
Forever,
wow.
He gets to walk
That's
into
really
a
stretching
bar.
it.
Hey, guess what? I was in Iron Maiden. Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah.
2 days.
2 days. Until they say, get the fuck out. So in the late 70s, they changed their name from Defender to More. M-O-R-E.
Just hold your wad there, fella.
Okay.
All right.
There's a Pink Floyd album with the same name?
There is. Yeah. It was a soundtrack. It wasn't really their title. It was the name of the movie.
Okay.
But
maybe it was going around. It was a popular thing in the 70s.
I guess so. So they took More to Germany because their bass player at the time was from Germany. And so they played a bunch of small club gigs. And thanks to that, they got some notoriety. When they got back to England, people were like, oh, that band went to Germany. That's a big deal. And all of a sudden, they started getting labeled as this new thing of NWOBM. They weren't labeled that when they left, but when they came back, it had become a thing. And they said, oh, this band, More, they're new wave of British heavy metal. They didn't really like that tag, but it stuck with them. And so they kept it. But, it is what it is. People don't like being labeled as things, but when you are, you are. So in 1980, they got the attention from Atlantic Records due to some local radio airplay, and they released their first album in 1981. They went on the road with Crocus in the UK and Maiden in Europe in 1981. So they were the support band when Maiden were doing Killers, Paul Diano. So you had Paul Mario Day and you had Paul Diano. 2 former lead singers of Iron Maiden, or the one was in Iron Maiden at the time. But how about that?
They never had all 3.
No, I don't think. Well, I don't know. Maybe they played a show with Samson.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That would have been cool. But anyway, they go and they do that, and then they got the opening slot at the second Monsters of Rock at Castle Donington. So this band was thought of pretty highly to begin with. The first Monsters of Rock, Saxon, played, and they played the second one, and the headliners were AC/DC, Whitesnake, Blue Oyster Cult, Slade, and Blackfoot, and more opened the show.
Blackfoot.
It's so weird that they used to put Blackfoot into that whole
the metal
thing. They were a Southern rock band.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
But they were considered, that's what I said, everything was considered heavy metal back then that wasn't. You know, if it had guitar in it, it was distorted. Oh, that's heavy metal.
I get blues rock kind of appeals to a lot of different audiences. So blues-based rock.
So this band had several lineup changes before they finally got to their second album that came out in 1982, and they had to change the vocalist as well. This was way too costly for them. They were just starting to establish themselves, and all of a sudden they changed everything. It worked for Maiden, didn't work for More, unfortunately. And they ended up breaking up in 1982. So they didn't last that long, but of course, like all of these bands, you will hear me say this every time, they had a reunion in the 90s, and actually are still on their reunions. They still play shows.
Making more money now probably than they did back then.
Yeah. Now, if you go into Apple Music right now and you type in More, one, it's going to be hard to find them, but you eventually will find them. But you'll see that there is a pre-order for their third album right now in 2026. Their third album. So they recorded
46 years later.
Yeah. So they've recorded a new album. Apparently it released in the UK last year, but we haven't gotten it yet. So it's a pre-order for us. Go out there and get it if you like this. I'm going to play from their 1981 album. The name of the album is Warhead, and that's the song I've picked as well. So here's a little Warhead by More.
Yeah, this is kind of in the sweet spot for me when it comes to metal. It's not too over the top metal like some of these bands, like I don't say Halloween.
How dare you?
I know, how dare me. But it's got a bluesy kind of laid back feel, but it's still heavy and metal. It's got a good combination. There's still room in the music where you can listen to it. It's not just offensive to your senses when the blast beat and the double kick through the entire song,
right?
The scream.
That wasn't really a thing yet for these bands.
But this, like I said, this is kind of the sweet spot for me. I love this kind of metal.
Awesome. Yeah, if I were to say what does sound like new wave of British heavy metal, this is kind of the sound you would think of. I can totally see this guy singing for the early Iron Maiden.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad that they've moved on, but I could totally see him doing it. I mean, it's the same type of stuff. Not as good as Maiden, obviously, but not bad.
They just didn't have a chance to mature. Maiden kept going. They had the luck with them that they didn't have as much personnel issues. They had some changes, but it made them better.
And Maiden had a driving force in their bass player who kept them on track. It wasn't about the singer.
Yeah, exactly. It was about the music.
Yeah. So
whoever was in that position just happened to be there.
Yeah. All right. Well, it left me wanting more.
What the hell you say?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. That was a good one. Oh, can we end?
Yeah,
we should
just
just
stop.
end.
This is already like 2 hours, right?
All right. Next up is one of those bands that I could have sworn we've played before, but no, I checked the list. We have not played this band.
Did you ask yourself, hey, Kevin, have we played this band?
I did.
And you're like, dumbass, yeah, we have. Or no.
Yeah, I did. Okay. And I said no.
You said no, you did. Wow, good for you. You found one that we haven't played.
I know. Crazy. So a band hailing from Leek, Staffordshire. Yeah, we have to say it quick.
I think sure. Yeah.
Staffordshire.
Yeah, for sure.
Their name, Demon.
Damn, these are some good names all day today.
That's a band name for you.
Defender, one of my favorite Atari games also.
It was a good one. That was a great game. I loved that one too. All right, Demon were signed to Clay Records in 1980. Another band who was early on in the NWOBM, mostly a punk label, Clay Records, which is weird that they had this band signed to them, but they did. They released their classic album, Night of the Demon, in 1981, and it has a very famous album cover. Even if you don't know this band and you've looked through a bunch of old metal sites, you will probably see a reference to this album because it has a cross on the front and a hand wrapping around it, a demon hand wrapping around it, and it says Demon in a cool font. You know, they got a cool logo.
Of course, you notice that.
Yes, very cool band. And this band was one of those that kind of helped define that era of heavy metal where, it was seen as dangerous, maybe is related to horror or to the occult. They helped define that whole.
Preachers were still preaching.
People were scared
against it instead of now it's basically played in church.
Right. That's
Praise music is not that far away.
It's not that far from
some of the theatrics and crap. But yeah, it used to be evil back then, the good old days.
Yeah. Now to me, and when you hear this, you'll probably think the same thing, but to me, their image was always much heavier looking than their sound because they come across a bit poppy to me. They don't really come across as, this occult band.
Other band that dresses like evil makeup.
Oh.
What's that band?
Oh, that is it.
And they come out and have disco songs.
Oh, yeah. Who were those guys?
They're famous for spitting blood and gory stuff. But
Sekimatu! No. Well, they did it too. No, I'm thinking of Kiss. There's Kiss Ignition with a K. Yeah, very much like that. And they even had a guy named the Demon.
Exactly.
How about that? Where did they get it from?
So in reality, they were just old men, even in their 20s. They're just a couple of old dudes there behind the makeup.
Exactly. We just wanted chicks.
Just wanted some chicks, man.
Yeah, so they're a little bit lighter. Now, by the time you get to their third album that comes out in 1983, they start to adopt a little bit of that neo-prog that was going on in England during that time. Yeah. So they sort of start to change their sound a little bit. And those couple of albums that they released like that are actually really cool. I like them. But it's, again, they're getting further away from the look that they've established. And it's kind of weird. But another few albums were made that were more like hard rock. And so they started chasing the trends, as many of these bands did, who didn't quite make it on their original sound. They started changing their sound, and that's exactly what this band did. But they have a ton of albums out there. They had their first breakup in 1992, and then, like all these bands, they reunited later. So in 2001, they reunited, and since they've released 5 more albums, still going. I think their latest album is in 24, so they're still out there doing it. I'm sure there's been some deaths, as there have with all of these bands, because they're older guys now.
Dirt now.
But this is a pretty cool band, and I like the stuff that's a little different than this, but this is considered new wave of British heavy metal period of Demon. So I'm going to play from Night of the Demon 1981. We'll see what you say when you hear it.
Okay. Yes, this is the stuff I really enjoy. So vocally, very similar to maybe an early Coverdale.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That raspy voice.
Very much so.
Which Whitesnake, not NWOBM, but still the transition from the early Whitesnake to the later.
If you think about how they labeled heavy bands back then.
Oh, yeah.
They probably labeled Whitesnake as one of these.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then they get John Sykes, so they get a real wave of British heavy metal guy into that band.
He had the street cred.
Yeah.
And then they kick him out.
And then they kick him out.
You dick.
After he gave them their best album ever.
That's all they wanted. One and done. Coverdale knew I got one more in me. I'm getting old.
I think they got two, actually. But
he was
still
in his 40s at that point, I think, or stretching it. He knew.
As soon as he got Tawny Katane to go across that car, he's like, that guy's out.
It doesn't get any better than this. Let me go wax the car now.
Yeah, I mean, to me, they sound like the English Blue Oyster Cult.
Yeah.
That's another band that their image was much darker and heavier than their actual music.
Yeah, Godzilla. You think it's kind of a campy song, but yeah, they were trying to.
Well, they were seen as metal too, and I never thought of them as metal, but that image was there. So it was very,
rock.
very similar. So I think I've now relabeled Demon as the British Blue Oyster Cult. There you go. You're welcome, Demon. Okay, next up. Oh man, I've been waiting for this one. Band from the British Midlands formed in 1979 by guitarist Nick Bocott. And this guy is an awesome guitarist. Mm-hmm. And he puts together this band with his operatic vocalist frontman Steve Grimmett. And they created a heavy metal sound.
That's usually the recipe right there.
That would be later mocked by Beavis and Butthead in the 90s.
No. Them and Winger.
Yeah, this band is like the poster band for over-the-top 80s metal.
No.
You think about hair bands and it's Nitro. That's the band that everybody makes fun of is Nitro. If you just put it in early 80s metal, this band, Grim Reaper, is the band that gets made fun of quite a bit.
Yeah.
But if you go back and listen to it with the ears of, this is 1983, this is a band who was part of the new wave of British heavy metal scene, take away the visuals that they tried so hard to create, they were pretty damn awesome. And Nick Bocott is an amazing guitarist, and Steve's voice is great. He just happens to not be the prettiest man in the world. Yeah, so this band, they got signed off of their demo. They released See You in Hell in 1983 on RCA. They toured with Canadian band Exciter in North America, and they even got a slot on the Texas Jam at the end of their tour playing to 20,000 people. Grim Reaper actually played to 20,000 people. That's amazing because you don't think of them in this way. They did 2 more albums that did okay, but by 87, they stuck it out. Like they kept their look, their sound, while all the other new wave of British heavy metal bands didn't quite make it on the Maiden level. They started to change, and they tried to change their sound and kind of go with what was happening. Not Grim Reaper. And so that kind of hurt them in a way because they weren't going over well. So they disbanded in 88, but they did revive their career in 2006, just like all these bands. They released 2 more albums in 2016 and 2019, but Grimmett died in 2022. So I don't believe there's any more Grim Reaper. He met the Grim Reaper.
Hello, how you doing?
You dicks!
So, yes, they are cheesy as hell, but Bocott's guitar playing, like I said, and the vocals, they're impressive.
Okay.
And so I'm going to play a little song from See You in Hell, 1983. Listen to this with ears from 1983. If you're a NWOBM fan, I think you're going to dig this.
I could actually hear things back then.
Yeah, exactly. Before your hearing blew it out.
Okay, so I agree with your statement that without the visuals, it just sounds like.
And if you're hearing that in 1983,
yeah, that sounded badass.
That's heavy as shit,
Yeah.
man. That's the same year that Kill 'Em All came out.
Damn. But it's not that over the top. It seems like.
Yeah, it's not thrash, but it is definitely like that's establishing what metal was at that time.
But I'm pretty sure Beavis and Butthead didn't affect their careers. They had already probably jumped the shark before that. But like Warrant, they definitely killed
Winger.
them all.
Oh, Winger.
I mean,
killed.
Winger. Yeah, Winger. They absolutely started their.
They were kind of done too. But
well, but I mean, it put the cap on it right there.
Yeah. Well, let's just hear what Beavis and Butthead had to say.
Is this Spinal Tap?
Tap is cool.
This isn't Spinal Tap. This sucks.
Yeah, this sucks.
Where'd these guys get their clothes?
They bought it at that rock and roll store at the mall.
Yeah. Whoa, look at his face.
Yeah, his face sucks. I think these guys played at the state fair last year.
Yeah. They won a blue ribbon in the pig contest.
Yeah, because he's fat. Shut up! Shut up!
Yeah. Shut up!
You suck!
Stop, in the name of all that which does not suck.
Ooh, they were brutal.
Damn.
Mike Judge, man.
Back in the early 90s, you could say stuff that would hurt people's feelings. And you can't do that anymore.
So, Mike Judge was on the Letterman show, and he revealed that he actually met, because this was such a thing that people remembered this particular, out of all the ones they did, people remembered this one because it was brutal. And he said that he actually met Grim Reaper's guitar player, Nick Bocott, and he said he was sorry to him. And Nick said to him, he's like, no problem. He's like, that video did suck. What were we trying to do? He like totally agreed with it. And he said, if you guys had said that we were cool, he would have never watched the show again.
Our next guest sucks. He is the creator and the voice of both Beavis and Butthead. It's a show which Newsweek magazine late in the summer called part of a $1 billion battle to insult your intelligence. Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Mike Judge. Mike, nice to see you. Have a seat, Mike. Part of the show on MTV is these two guys sit on their couch and do very little other than watch TV and talk about the videos on MTV, and a lot of it is very unflattering. Now, do you hear from the bands that these guys talk about?
I don't personally. I've heard a couple bands their management has called and said, it's not very nice, but I mean, it's kind of, it shouldn't be taken seriously as a musical criticism, which sometimes it is. But I was actually at a concert, and one of the bands that we really ragged on is this band Grim Reaper. I mean, they had this video that was. This isn't just my opinion. I mean, this thing was really bad. It was like Spinal Tap or something. And so Beavis and Butthead were just really going off on it. And I was at this concert, and this guy comes up to me. I was in a little backstage or whatever area. And this guy comes up and says, Mike Judge, this is Nick something, guitar player from Grim Reaper. And he was a big guy, and the first thing that just came out of my mouth was, "I'm sorry." Yeah. and he said, "Oh no, Mike, I love the show. When I saw that video come on there, I said, if they say this is cool, I'll never respect the show again." And I said, "We got another video. It's even worse. I'll send it to you. You gotta see it." So it'll be in the next season.
Could you do? And I don't know if this is even fair to ask.
So Nick Bocott was actually cool with it.
the truth. They told the truth.
Yeah, I mean, especially from again, you have to look at the perspective of the timing.
Yeah.
From a 90s perspective, that was not in. That was not 90s. That was not cool.
Anything hair metal or heavy metal.
Yeah.
Like I said,
they liked metal, but it had to be 90s groove
other than
or something
a few bands, Metallica
cool.
and two others.
Yeah. Brutal, man.
Yeah. Have you seen the new reboot of Beavis and Butthead?
I have not.
I've seen a snippet or two, but I'm not 19 or 20 years old anymore, so...
I'm sure they had to take a lot of the sting that they could put back in the day. You could say anything you wanted.
Yeah.
I'm sure they had to take that out, but maybe not.
More PC, I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I haven't watched it, so... Let's get into another NWOBM band. This band is from Bath. It's such a weird name for a town. Bath.
Go to Bath.
How did it get named, I wonder? Yes, they're from Bath. They formed in the mid-1970s. They played mainly around the UK. They played a bunch of those free festivals that were out there, that are still out there, including performances at Stonehenge. In 1978. Wouldn't that have been cool to play Stonehenge?
The real one or the tiny one?
The real one. Oh, yeah, maybe it was the tiny one.
It was on tour.
I don't know. Just to say you played Stonehenge, that's pretty cool. That's pretty badass. They played support slots at the Marquee, which is a famous club that we've actually talked about before. They opened for Angel Witch and More, the band we played first. Diamond Head, Anvil from Canada. So pretty cool. The name of this band is Bronze with a Z.
What the hell you say?
Bronz. Bronze. That's another good name.
Regular Bronze has a Z in it, but they left off the E.
Yes, without the E. I guess that's what I should have said, because you're absolutely correct.
Bronze with a Z. I'm like,
I think they all do. Yeah, I think it always does. So their name was Bronze, and they got signed to Bronze Records with an E. So Bronze was on Bronze.
Coincidence?
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. If you're Bronze Records and you're looking for a band, hey.
Makes the paperwork easy.
That makes sense. They just don't spell it right. They released their first album in 1983, and their North America distribution was through Island Records, which is unique for metal. Yeah. And they landed an opening slot in the States in 1984 for Rat. So that's a pretty good slot in 1984 to go out and visit the States, opening for Rat.
On the up and up at that time.
But this band is a NWOBM band, and they're playing with Rat, who is obviously establishing what would become the...
Had Round and Round come out by then?
Yes.
Okay,
I believe that was...
They're riding a pretty big wave.
83. That was 84, wasn't it?
That's what I'm asking.
The single might have been out.
Yeah.
The single might have been out. But
so they're on the way up.
They're on the way up, yeah. They're being discovered as Rat. So actually their best time, because they got progressively worse. But anyway, this band, Bronze, they didn't last too long. They, again, just like all these bands, they reformed in 2000. They released a live album, and then a second full length came out in 2010. That means there is hope for Big Jack Pneumatic
someday
to put out a record in like 10 years.
Yep, that's the average.
Put it on the calendar.
Wait 30 years and then put out no, wait a minute. That doesn't work out. Never mind.
All right. Well, I'm going to play some Bronze from that album that came out in 1983. The album is called Taken by Storm. I'm going to play Heat of the Night.
okay, that's got something different.
It's kind of epic.
It really is epic. And it's interesting to think about how now there's a universe of difference between a band like Iron Maiden and a band like Journey. I mean, they're just worlds apart. But then back in that era, the early 80s, it wasn't that much of a difference.
Again, the Journey was probably thought of as metal.
Yeah, that's bizarre to think
by
about.
the general population.
Exactly. And that's what I love about that period of time is there's just a lot of experimentation. There's a
lot of crossover
between that. And that song right there, very proggy between the breakdown, the bridge and everything else, but the keyboards, everything. And it wasn't just, as I said earlier, that double kick blast beat through the entire song. And it feels like a lot of power metal and metal in general has to have 4 cliches. You got to tick off the box of each one of those. Let's put this in there. Let's put that in there. But it wasn't the case back then.
Yeah, and it's when bands kind of break that mold that it becomes interesting to us.
Exactly. You and I.
Yeah, and this band, unlike a lot of the new wave of British heavy metal bands, they were embracing the technology of the time. So they had keyboards. They had, some of those sounds that some of the new wave bands were using.
But crossover between heavy metal and new wave.
Yeah.
Which, once again, you would think completely different universes, but
and they could almost
overlap.
Yeah, and they could almost been considered kind of that neo-prog too, because they weren't quite proggy enough, but they definitely had some of those meanderings. It's a longer song.
Yeah, not every song has to be like that, but on an album, when you're listening to it, it's good to have a couple of those.
All right, let's move on to song number 5. Again, this is another one that I thought, surely we've played this band. This is one that a lot of people who are into NWOBM think of, but no, we haven't played it yet. So, a band from Derbyshire, England, formed in 1974. I'm getting better with these names.
It just rolls off the tongue.
I didn't say Derbyshire.
Derbyshire. Oh, that's me. Yeah. Leave that to me.
All right. So their sound was somewhere between pub rock mixed in with some doomy, Sabbathy stuff and some proggy tendencies, which sounds like a bit of a train wreck, but no. It
smells like a Guinness.
Yeah, exactly. And it's dark. And
tastes like pine sap.
Exactly. No, it's good. What are you talking about? That's the
exactly. Wait, no,
that's not right. Did you see the movie? There was a movie about the Guinness.
No,
about the kids that took over I forget.
I couldn't even finish a glass of Guinness, much less a movie about Guinness.
The best stuff
it's
ever.
Nasty.
Yum.
God, diesel fuel.
So this band was called Witchfind, and they had a Y instead of an I. And an E at the end. Witchfind. Oh, that's metal, man. They just needed umlauts. That's the only thing they didn't have.
Yes.
But Witchfind. So, as you can tell from the name, the subject matter and the look was very occult, devil, demon metal, influential on black metal, even this band. But their sound, again, not quite as heavy as you might think, but I guess for the time, maybe it was. They released their very first single called Give 'Em Hell in 1979, and then they put a full length out in 1980 called Give 'Em Hell as well. And then they went on tour in 1980 with
the Give 'Em Hell tour.
No, it was the Give 'Em Hell tour with Def Leppard.
Oh, okay.
That's a good spot to be in 1980.
Oh, yeah.
Touring UK with Def Leppard, a very young Def Leppard. Had to be fun.
Got all their appendages?
Yeah, they had all of their appendages in. Yep.
You dicks!
And then they turn around. 1980 was a big year for them because they turn around and release another album at the end of the year. So single comes out in 79, first album in 80, tour with Def Leppard, put out another album, and you're just getting into 81. Pretty amazing. Now, they had a bunch of membership changes, and same thing as we've heard with a lot of these other bands. It was kind of hard, so they got a second album out, but it was sounding different, so they got that out a third album in 82, but they had a really bad deal with the record label for that album, and the label went bankrupt, and that meant that their third album was basically unnoticed. Nobody knew it was out because the label went under no promotion. Okay. They can survive, right? They can find another label.
Pull up your bootstraps.
Yep. So they signed to another label. They put out their fourth album, and then that label went bankrupt and failed to promote the album. So the band broke up.
Okay.
Yeah. Fool me once, fool me twice. Yeah, I'm done.
Fuck off.
They did get back together in the 2000s.
Of course.
And they released 2 more albums.
Yeah.
As all of these bands have done.
And they went bankrupt.
And then they went bankrupt, and now they're not touring. No, I don't know. They released an album in 2001 and 2008. You can check those out. But I'm going to go all the way back to Give 'Em Hell from 1980, and I'm going to play that single, Give 'Em Hell. Here's Witchfind.
So it was good. That wasn't in my top 5 of the show, but
cheap recording. I mean,
it wasn't just that. I mean, there was nothing really that stood out. This fell in the category of the Paul Di'Anno side of the metal singing versus the Bruce Dickinson side, which is more elevated and operatic. But it was good, but it didn't really jump out and grab me.
And this, if I had to describe what NWOBM sounds like, this is probably another example I would give, because this sounds like a pub band, out there
rocking hard
and headbanging, and probably not going beyond that. Yeah, and that's what this was.
They had a good time. Great.
Their look and the logo and everything they established to make them sound darker and meaner than they were. Again, it doesn't quite go with the music.
We never did that, did we?
No, we should have. We should have gone dark.
Dark, that'd be great. I didn't really have a dark side at that time. It showed up later on.
But this is, it's in the school of they really liked Motorhead and they were going for it. They just weren't Motorhead.
Right. Nobody is.
It's still good. Yeah, the vocals definitely not Motorhead in any way. But I think the look that they established for themselves and maybe the lore behind the occult type music has carried them further perhaps than the music itself. Not that it's bad, but it sounds like pub NWOBM.
Right. It's hard to stand out.
So up next, we're going to go to a band that was very early in the scene, and actually a band that got one of the first ones to get signed. And this is a band from Liverpool. And they formed in 1976. Like I said, they got signed by 78, and the way that they got signed was they won the National Talent Contest. It was the UK Battle of the Bands in 1978 at 77 at Wembley Arena, which is that usually doesn't work out for a lot of bands, but hey, it worked out for them for a bit. Their original name, they had to change their name because their original name was AC/DC.
What?
Until they heard about the band from Australia.
Because they didn't have the internet back then. They had to make phone calls.
They hadn't toured the UK yet. They didn't know about them.
Get that phone call. Hey. I got to tell you something.
Yeah.
Over in Australia, there's this band.
So they changed their name to Marseille.
What the hell you say?
Marseille?
What the hell?
It's French. I don't
Marseille.
know. Probably Marseille. There you go. Marseille. There you go.
It's Versailles is the palace.
That's what it is. That's why I'm getting...
Marseille is where...
Here I am again. I don't do well with languages.
Don't put it on me. Come on. I'm the one with the southern accent.
It's not me. I just don't do well with languages, and I'll just keep apologizing. So yes. Say it again.
Marseille.
All right. So Marseille.
And if I'm wrong, fuck off.
I think you're right. And I think they misspelled it. So
yeah, that didn't help.
That didn't help.
You're struggling over here.
But they get this album out. They get signed to a major label. They get this album out, and then they go on tour with UFO, Whitesnake, and Wishbone Ash.
All easy to pronounce.
Yes, bands that I can pronounce, and bands that were pretty big in the late 70s. They weren't happy with the first album, however, because it was recorded a little quick, probably on the cheap, because they want it, of course. So they put out another one in 1979, and then they went on the road with Priest and Whitesnake again. So, they had every opportunity to make an impact, and they sort of did. They were the first new wave of British heavy metal band to play a big festival as well. They played a festival in Europe called the Blitzen Festival in Belgium, and the support slot that they got was supporting Cheap Trick. Again,
still
cool.
Riding high off Budokan.
Exactly, yeah, probably were. They were also the first NWOBM band to play the States. So that same year, they went over with their label mates, Nazareth, and they toured with Nazareth and Blackfoot in the States.
God,
you're stuck with Blackfoot.
Weird.
It's weird, man.
Train.
Now, this is going to sound like a band we just talked about, but when they got back to the UK from that tour, they didn't have their gear with them. It stayed over in the States, and they got back to the UK, and the label was like, yeah, we folded. We're done. Sorry. We can't bring your gear over. We don't have any money. So they couldn't even bring their gear over.
I'd be swimming.
So they
just jump in and start swimming.
That waylaid them for a little bit. They finally did put out one more album in 84, but then they called it quits. Well, of course.
This whole episode has been getting effed by the record company.
Bad deals.
Bad record deals.
Bad deals.
That's a whole episode right there. Bad record deals.
Well, this could also be the episode of reforming in the 2000s, because that's what they did. And they released another album.
The hair bands going away in the 90s, coming back in 2000s. And the power metal bands came back too.
All right. So let's hear. Give me the name again so I don't mess it up.
Flicker Stick.
No. Name of this band.
Marseille.
All right. Here's Marseille.
You're pointing at the banner. I thought
No. I was pointing at you.
Oh, okay.
Rock You Tonight from Marseille, 1979.
Oh, Kevin.
Tonight we're gonna rock you.
Tonight. So this is where Spinal Tap got the idea for.
I'm pretty sure they
Tonight
heard
we're
this
gonna rock you tonight.
And yes, they took this and made it their own.
Yes.
Tap version.
God. Yeah. So that was just a complete smorgasbord of, like we both said, you said at the beginning, AC/DC.
Which was their original name, by the way.
And then Spinal Tap. And then not Ramones.
You really got me.
Kinks.
The Kinks.
Yeah, Kinks. You got me. And
and over 5-minute song
of the same Tonight we're going to rock you tonight. And then they had kind of the Meatloaf breakdown and the dun 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 dun, and then back to the.
I still kind of like it, but if you're listening to this with 1979 ears, you don't draw all of those same connections.
Those are all later references,
except for the Kinks.
Yeah,
but,
that was 1950. They've been around forever.
I don't think that's correct. No, I think it was the 60s. But still, they're
old.
They're paying homage to their predecessors at that point. But yeah, I mean, it didn't age well.
No, it did not.
Didn't age well.
Not age well.
There's a reason you don't hear this band's name as much as others with the scene.
Maybe another 20 years.
But they were the first. They were the first to do all of those things. So they have that. And we'll leave it with that.
Okay.
We'll leave it at that. All right. So last song for you. This is a Cheshire band. See, I'm getting better.
Cheshire.
No. No, it's not. Yes, they were a band that you could consider a...
What is the grin?
Cheshire Cat.
Cheshire. Okay, never mind. We'll leave it at that.
Anyway, this band, Aragorn.
Ear of corn?
What the hell did you just say?
Aragorn. They liked their J.R.R. Tolkien. I believe this is a character from...
Oh, is that Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings, yeah. So I think that's a proper
one of the two movies I've left. I actually drove out of that movie.
Are you serious?
Because it was at the drive-in.
You don't own all three of them and have watched them all together at one time? You haven't done that?
You know me. No. No, we went to the drive-in and saw a movie, and we're like, let's just drive over there and watch that movie, because once you're in, you're in. And we're like, and that was
you're in for
Lord
6
of the
hours.
Rings. And we sat there, and he started flying around on a broom. And
what the hell you say?
That's not right.
It's already like midnight, and we're like,
I don't think there's any broom flying.
Lord of the Rings.
No,
that was
thinking of Harry Potter.
Yeah, it's Harry Potter. Same thing. It's the same damn thing. It was just bullshit. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Story doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Both of them.
Okay.
It just, it's just stupid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Game of Thrones, totally different, because there's nudity.
You are a sexist pig.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, that would keep you interested.
I see.
The other stuff is for kids.
You got your standards.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, this band, Aragorn, they were...
Once an hour, I better see a boob.
Okay.
Yeah.
On this show,
minutes.
too?
60 minutes. Yeah, I'm
you
waiting.
know it's audio,
I'm
right?
waiting. Kevin. You're right there.
All right. So this band, if you're an early 80s metal band, it kind of goes with the Lord of the Rings, the demons and dragons and wizards. Yeah, kind of the nerd thing, the Dungeons and Dragons thing. Kind of works here. That's fine. So that's the name of this band, and they're basically a one-hit wonder.
The pecans are coming back finally.
Damn mushroom coffee. You get to the bottom here. I'll let you see the bottom of it.
Yeah, it looks like.
Take a look.
Yep, it looks like a portage on at Burning Man. It's exactly what after like.
Yeah, it's a lot of dirt at the end.
Sunday morning. It's got a crown. Because they haven't cleaned them in 2 days. Oh yeah. When you've had to shake the porta-john to get it to kind of lower.
Ow!
So, yeah, it's bad.
Gross.
It is horrible.
All right, back to Aragorn. We're gonna get to Aragorn. Yes, so this band, they were signed to Neat Records, which would go on to become one of the prominent independent labels for this movement. And they were one of the first bands to sign to Neat. And they put out this song, and we'll call it a one-hit wonder. It was a hit in the sense that people who really liked this stuff that was going on heard it and went, what is this sound? This helped define NWOBM music. But by the time they released this thing, they had lost some members and they couldn't get their shit together. And so it was just a single this band put out. But apparently it's, it has staying power because I know about it and because it's on all these compilations.
And here we are talking about it.
We're talking about it. It's on all these compilations. So you could even find a backpack. If you wanted a patch of Aragorn on your jacket, a band that released one song, you can find it. It's out there.
Are you going to put one on yours?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. No. It costs too much to get it over here. Yeah.
Tariffs.
From the UK. Yeah, tariffs.
Fucking tariffs.
You know how it is.
Yeah.
So as soon as they released the single, the band fell apart. They tried to have some different members, and they tried to shop new songs to Neat, and they were like, this doesn't sound anything like that
Neat
awesome
went,
single.
nope.
So, yeah, we're done. And so they disbanded in 83. But, like I said, their legacy lives on with this one song. We're going to play the song. It's Black Ice from Aragorn.
That stood out. That was different.
It's still good.
It's still good.
Too bad they didn't have any other songs, but it's still good. There's a reason this lasted.
It's a shame Metallica didn't cover that one.
I know, right?
I think that would be a good
That
match.
would have been a killer song for Metallica to do. You're right.
Giving them a nice retirement bonus.
Totally. They were probably like, Metallica,
Thank
please.
you so much. But hell, that's a rockin' down song.
It is. 1981. I mean, this was, like I said, establishing what NWOBM is.
Yeah, the heavy guitars when they first came in, the drums when they came in were kind of low and like
low in the mix,
underwhelming.
Yeah,
they should have been more powerful, but
you know,
since this was the first, you know, you figure it out as you go. But God, that sound, everything, the arrangement.
If I heard that with 1981 ears, it would have blown me away.
Yeah,
that would have been the heaviest thing you've heard.
It's like
it is
rock,
Motorheadish,
thrash rock, Motorheadish, all that together.
That's what I'm thinking. This is a perfect mix. This is a great definition of we're going to take the punk singer out of the punk band and we're going to put him in a metal band and we're going to take Sabbath and Motorhead and we're going to turn it up.
Yep.
And that's what you got.
And that became a formula.
Yeah, exactly. They established a sound, and fortunate for them,
About 7 years too early.
They couldn't do it, but
6 or 7 years too early.
Yeah, like I said, at least we are
got
talking
one.
about them. We got one song, and they're still revered today. So that's
badass.
New
And on a
wave
good note
of British heavy metal.
Excellent.
Part 5. Can't believe we've done 5 of these, and there's still a
There's still a
whole
lot
ton of
more,
bands out there. That's what I got for you. Anything else before we get?
No, we got the rest of the day.
We do.
I was going to suggest we go out and record outside, but
I'm just gonna.
I forgot we're next to the train tracks. So
we don't want to do that.
We can't do that.
I'm going to get in the car. I'm going to go pick up some kids, some random kids.
Yeah?
I'm just going to pick them up.
I got the rest of the afternoon and evening to do fuck all, so I don't know.
I don't think that's frowned upon, right? I just pick up some kids.
You pick up if they're your kids.
Oh.
Yeah, make sure they look like you. Wait, never mind.
Oh, they don't look like me anyway.
Thankfully.
Yeah, people think I'm just picking up random kids. Sir,
we got a 10
sir,
three
are
over
these
here.
yours? I don't think these are yours, sir.
In your civilian car, your SUV, you never got a chance to go pick up your kids in the band van. I should have let you do that once.
Well, I'm about to pick them up in the Mustang.
Yeah, that looks okay. Kind of respectable.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. You pull up there blasting Kid Rock or something.
I'm going to take my shirt off.
Oh, yeah. Hell yes. I give you $5. $5 if you do
I don't
that.
even want to look at myself.
That's
I can't
true.
do it.
Blind the other drivers.
My head would be really white.
Pasty boys. Woo.
All right. Well, until next time, people.
See you later.
Cool. And Beavis just gonna. Yeah. There you go.
Wow.
Anybody can do it.
No offense, Mike, but I could have done that.
See, but I thought of it first.
Well, that's true.